Okay, so this is the next video into the continuation of the Fast API series. So till now we have covered approximately I think 24 videos, and in the last 4 videos like we could see how to set up the authentication and the authorization using the OAuth and the JWT token, right? So let me open that. Let me activate the environment. So in the last video what we did is, so we created some we passed the token into the function, and from the particular token we get the particular user. But this thing, so if you noticed, these codes are repeated, right? So till this point the code is repeated in almost all the function. So here as well we repeated the code. So here as well we have to repeat the code, but we have not repeated. Here as well we have repeated the same code. So there is no need to repeat this code every time. So best way to you can create a one function. Let's suppose create a one function, and function name is get user from token, and it will pass it will return the user. It will return the user, and you can delete everything from here, and instead of that you can just call get user from token, and we have to pass the token and as well as the DB. So we will pass the token and the DB, and it will return user. So these things from try to till this point we will cut and we will paste here. So I'm not sure how to cut this. So if anyone know, I think I know how to cut this. 1 minute. So we will cut this. Cut this, Control K. So we have cut this and we will paste here. Control U. Yeah. So we have paste here, and it will return the user to us, and it will accept the DB and the token, right? So now the code is very clean. So let me remove from the other places as well. So we have to remove from here as well. Delete, Control K, and here what we will do, user is equal to get user from token DB and token. So now code is very clean, and in this we have not implemented. So now we can easily write get user from token DB common token, and let's remove that as well, because these lines are unnecessarily duplicated. So user is equal to get user from token DB comma token, right? So now our code is very clean. So we have removed the duplicacy of the code, right? Okay, but let's do that. What happened? Yeah. So but let's do the test. So whether our code is correct or wrong. uvcon main app -- reload. So application has been started. So let me close this. Localhost 8000 docs. So application has been restarted. Now if I try to create an item without login, so it will give me error you are not authorized. It give me error, you are not authenticated. So first I have to authenticate myself. So let me authenticate myself. So user1 @user, what is the database? Let me cross check what all the user exist, otherwise I have to create that. What it is searching. pg admin 4. I think test1 @test.com, test1. I'm not sure whether this user exists or not. No. user1 @user.com. Just wait for a few seconds. Sorry for the delay. Ideally I have to open this pg admin before starting the video only. So let me check what user exists. Select star from public dot users. user1 @user1.com. okay, user1.com, user1. So I have authenticated myself. So let's try to create an item. So user1 today, execute it. Item has been created successfully. So what is the item number? User1 has owner ID 16. So owner ID 16, so item number is 21 only. So let's check whether 21 is exist or not. Get item by ID, try it out. 21, execute. 21 exists. So let me try to delete this. Let me log in the user out and let me log in with the user2. So user2 is login. Now user2 will try to delete the item number 21. So ideally it should get you are not authorized. So 21, because 21 item is created by the user1 only. So now they are saying you are not authorized. So yeah, that is fine. So as part of we have just reorganized our code, but the videos, the purpose of the video is something different. Now we will start that and clear. So if I run my test cases, so all the test cases will fail. Let me run the test cases. So you can say test create item fail, and db.execute what it is executing, insert user will also fail, but create item will be definitely get fail. Create item will fail with the 401 because we are not authorized. But ideally we should be authorized, because from the front end we are passing the token, right? But in the test case we have not updated our test cases, so we have to update our test cases as well, otherwise our test cases will not work. So clear cd tests. Okay, let me show you first. ls nano test item. So you could see like in our test, when we are like creating an item, we are just passing the client, we are not passing the token. So how this test case know that I have to accept the token? If the token will not be passed, then it will fail with the 401, and that's why like our test case fail with the 401. So we have to pass the token as well. But how the token looks like, how to pass, because from the front end, let me run the application again. From the front end, what we are doing is we are like first authenticated ourselves. By using the authentication, we are passing the username and the password. So once the username and password will be done, it hits this URL login/token, and this login/token will like generate one token for us, right? So this generate one token for us, and that token will be like passed into this like put item, delete item, and then post item. So the same token should be passed into our test cases, but in our test cases the token is not passed, right? So when we did from the front end, automatically the token get passed, not automatically, but we have passed. So let me show you as well. cd routers ls nano item.py file. So you could see we are passing the token as well, along with the data we are passing the token as well. So same thing we have to pass into our test cases. But when this token will be get passed into the function, how like it goes into the, like in which format it goes into the URL. So first if we know that, then we can easily write our code. So let's try to look that. So if I right click on it, and if I do inspect, and if I go to the network, right now I don't have anything. So let me click on the authorized. So user1 user1.com user1. So I click on the authorized. So one request has been triggered, but it is not showing which request has been triggered. One request, ideally it should show like whether it is a do I need to change some settings? Not sure. Ideally, okay, let me open into the Firefox, because in Firefox it will like it will show you. It is opening, like my system is slow, so but because that is very important, otherwise like we can't like we can't modify our test cases. So local host 8000/docs, right? So our application is up. So let me click on the inspect. And I click on the network. So right now I don't have anything. So let me click on the authorized. User1 user1 user1.com user1. So let me do the authentication. So I authenticated myself. So at the back end like post request should be triggered, right? So we could see one post request is triggered. If we click on this post request, we could see like the response is okay, and what the request is we are passing the username and we are passing the password as well. What response we are getting, so this will like return us the xx token and the xx type like bearer, right? So and what are the headers? So like headers are like normal headers only, so nothing special. But if we trigger our main route, that is like create item route, so let me trigger the create item route. So that is also the post request, so let me execute it. So I have executed. So now you could see one more post route triggered. So if you click on it, right, and response is like the particular title description and the request is this. If you see the header, in the header we are accepting the token, so this is our token. So if I copy this and I go to the jwt.io, so this is our token only. So this is the only user like we are passing, so this is our token only. Like, so in the header we are accepting the token, because as I told you, like when we are triggering the post request, cd routers nano items.py file, so we are passing the token, as well, right? In the header it will like accept the token as well, right? So now, and in which form it will accept the token? So this will accept the token in the form authorization, then colon, then there is a keyword bearer, and then the token name. So this is the token name. So the same token we have to pass, because this is passing from the front end, but now we have to write our test cases. So in the test cases we have to pass manually all these things, right? So we have to pass like in this format only, like authorization colon bearer and then colon like token name. Okay, so now we got that, like okay, in the header we have to pass the token like in this form only. So let me close this. So now we got to know that, okay, so now we know we have to pass the information. What is happening in the pass authorization colon bearer colon token name, and it should like pass in this form. Okay, fine. So now let me terminate our application. And let's directly jump into tests, because we have to update our test nano test item route. So with this client we have to pass what we have to pass, we have to pass the header. So you can say token header, alright. So and the same token header we will like accept here when the particular like item will be triggered, token header, and the keyword is headers. So in the headers we are passing the token header, and we know how the token header looks like. So token header looks like in a form of dictionary, and the key is authorization, then colon, then a keyword bearer, and then the token name, right? So this thing like token header we have to pass in so many test cases. Like when we did that create item test cases, then we have to pass this token header. When we like write our like post test case and delete test case, and maybe like any other test case like patch test case or any other test case, we have to pass the token header. So wherever we want to do the authorization, so we have to pass the token header. So one thing is like you can generate the token header within this function only. So if we do within this function, we can do that. We can generate the token header within this function. Then we don't have to like so we don't have to pass here. So we can like generate a token header here only, and with some code, right? With some code, and sorry. So we can like generate the token header like here only, and like and we can pass into the our post request. But let's suppose like that code of 10 lines or 20 lines to generate the token header in the particular format, like in the particular dictionary, like authorization colon bearer and then token name. But if we write another test cases, and on that cases we need to do the authorization, we have to write the same code again and again. So we will use the concept of the PyTest fixture, the same concept which we used in the form of clients, because the client we can generate within the test case as well, but because that code will be like executed before that, so we will like running into that PyTest fixture. So header token, so we are like passing the header token. So header token is a kind of a function, so which we will treat as a fixture only. So after the client this fixture will be called header token, and then this header token will be passed here. That's it. Now let's update our conftest.py file, in which we have the so header token. So this is the function and it will do something, and this is a PyTest fixture, because before actually like executing the post request, we want to execute the fixture. So one fixture is client fixture that will execute, and other fixture is header token fixture that will execute. And what it should return, it will return a dictionary and the keyword authorization, then colon, then bearer, then you can say access token. It will return this, right? But access token is something like which we have to generate. So let put into Python format string. Alright, so it should return this, and this header will be passed like into our test case route. But how to like you can say create this? Okay, so to create this, we know 1 minute, let me run my application again. UVCon main app -- reload. So if we know the process, then we can easily write the test cases. So localhost 8000 docs. So what is the process to like to hit the post request, right? Because we can't directly hit the post request, right? So it will fail. So what is the process? So first process is we have to pass the username and the password, right? So first process is we have to pass the username, some username, and let's put the user1 @ user1.com, and we have to pass the password as well. Password is user1. All right, after that we have to click on the authorize button, and when we click on the authorize button, this URL will be triggered. So we have to trigger this URL. Okay, then response is equal to client.post, and what is the URL? login/token. This URL will be triggered, and this URL is accepting the data. And if I show you again, cd routers ls nano login. So this is accepting the form data as well, right? In the form of a like a dictionary only, right? So this will accept the data as well. All right, so this will accept the data. Data is equal to data, but data is in a form of a dictionary. So let's create a dictionary. And what is the dictionary name? Username is equal to username, and password is equal to not equal to its password. So we have to pass this. So in this username, so you can say rather than the username, let give here test email, test password. So we are passing here test email, and we are passing here test password, right? So it will, this data will go into this like a data is equal to data, and this will give some response, right? So this URL is returning some response, and what kind of response it is returning? It is returning to us a JSON response. So we have to get access the some JSON response. So token is equal to, or you can say access token is equal to response dot JSON, and within the JSON we have to access which key? We have to access token key, because access token key has value JWT token. So we have to access token key. That's it. So now we have the token. Now we can pass the token. So our test case is now perfectly okay. Hopefully it should work. So this will like user1 dot user1. So this will like create an item. Yeah, that's fine. So let me test. User1 at the rate user1. So that is fine. So let me check the create user test. So here let me pass user1 at the rate user1.com. I'm not sure whether this exists. If it exists, then it will fail. User1 at the rate user1.com. So our test case is ready. So let me terminate the application. So to run the test case sorry cd testing clear. Now pytest -v. Let's see if we did something wrong. So we did something wrong. So it said that the username is not defined. Okay, okay, that is a key basically. So we have to pass in quotes. We have to pass in a quotes. Okay, integrity error. So it looks user1 exist. Function has no attribute post unique constraint. So test create user fail because of unique constraint that is valid. So maybe that user already exists. So let me check what all user exist. So user1 I think already exist. Okay, can I delete from here? Fine. But why the test create item will fail? Function object has no attribute post. Okay, let's see what it is failing. Client dot post. What is wrong in this? Okay, but we have not defined the client, so we have to define the client here. So first it will like code this client, and client is of type test client. I think now it will work. Again it will fail. Access. Okay, now the spelling error is wrong. Again create user failed. Anyhow, one minute. Nano conf test.py file. So what is the spelling? Spelling is correct only. ACCES. ACCESS. Oh, did I using something else? Nano login.py file. Yes. ACCESS. That is okay. Where I am passing this name error access token. Name access token is not defined. Okay, I think so ACCESS, we are passing ACCESS. Fine. So like every time now it is failing because of some data issue. So better what we will do, we will define the data in our configuration file. So otherwise like I have to modify the data in all the test cases. So let me do that. And test email is equal to user1@user1.com, and test password is equal to user1. So, and we will access this email there, and cd so rather than defining hard coded here, we will get from the configuration from config import setting. Even we can remove these two lines. Setting dot test, I forget, is test user or test email? Test email. Setting dot test pass. Okay, fine. Let me run the test cases one by one. Let me remove everything first. Cd test nano conf-dash.py and control nano test underscore user. So here email should be setting dot test underscore email. So every time like I will only test underscore pass from config import setting, and yes, 1 minute, and here as well. So I will verify setting dot test email. Right, so let me test this will work or not, I'm not sure. Now create user work, but other got failed. Key error access token. Now access token is fine, huh? We are getting 404. That is okay, because if the item will not get created, how like it will like able to access that item? Okay, so it is taking some time. Item route, so we will delete the data, and we will like create the data from scratch, and it should be setting dot test item. So we will define the test item as well. Unnecessary, this is creating issues. Now we will access this thing from here only. Okay, so we will remove the database, we will remove the data, so every time the fresh data will be yeah, we have one user, but we will remove this and we will create again. But why there is a key? That is fine, because if item will not get inserted, it will not able to retrieve, so that's why it is failing with the 404 not found, and the create user item will is passing, but this is the main only. So it says that like I am unable to get the response, so I have to print the what is the response only, response.json access token. So I think either this is not working. Okay, to work this email should exist only then, like because our test case is checking the database as well. Okay, yes, yes, correct. So it is our like checking the database whether the particular email exists into the database or not. If it doesn't exist, then it will raise an exception. If it is raise an exception, then it will not able to generate that token. Okay, but in our case, like our database is empty, so it doesn't exist. So better what we will do, so we have to modify our test case a little bit more. Nano conf test.py file. So what we will basically do, we have the data ready. We have the data ready. Before setting the data, what we will do, we will check whether the user exists for this particular test email or not, because if it doesn't exist, then how it will like insert the user. So user is equal to db dot query on the user table. So if we are using the db, then we have to pass the db here as well, and db and db dot filter user dot email equal to setting dot test email, right, dot first. If user does not exist, if user is none, then it should insert the user as well. So how it will insert the user? So first it will like to insert the user, we have to pass the schema. So user schema, user create user, okay, and then db dot add or don't pass the schema, we will directly add the db dot username add is equal to username is setting dot test email, password is equal to setting dot test pass. So db dot commit db dot refresh user. Yes, so user will be get inserted. So if user is none, then the user will get inserted. If the user will not none, then this will perform. Now I hope it will work. But what we are querying the user table, so we have to get the user as well from models. Import user and any other thing. Hope it should work now. And if the user will get exist, okay, let's check. Oh my god, it again failed. Create user failed with the integrity issue, that is fine. Retrieve item failed with the 404, that is also fine, and because the item doesn't exist. And the create user create item, why the create item will failed? It doesn't even show. So create item, okay, they told that the fixture db is not found. So db is not a fixture, db is our test client. So db is not a fixture, db is our test client. db is equal to testing session local. User create past. Okay, they told that la username is the unexpected keyword. Okay, we have the email as a keyword. Shut, so many mistake. City tests. In the user table we don't have the username, but we have the email. Again it will failed. Add got an unexpected keyword argument email. Okay, here we have to pass the user object. Shut. We have to pass the user object only. nanoconf-py file. Here we have to pass the user object. So rather than here, we have to create the user object. User is equal to user, and we have to pass this thing into here. And we will add the object because we are dealing with the classes only. Okay, so hopefully it should work now. Email is wrong. Again it failed. Why it failed? Token header is not defined. Header token. Okay, it is header token. I am using here token header. It is wrong. Oh my god. Okay, so let's test. Again it will fail. Now why it will failed? Error at setup of test create item. Okay, none type object has no attribute, so something is returning none. And it is returning in the refresh. That is fine. 404 is fine. Unique constant is also fine. let me check 1 minute. Okay, so I did one blunder, and the blunder was, so basically I did the spelling mistake here. So in the return, the spelling of the authorization was wrong. So the spelling of the authorization was should be correct. That's why like the test case was failing. So if I now run my test case, pytest -v, so create item is passed, retrieve item is also passed, but create user will get failed. So let's do one thing. So we will like create a separate user, a nano test user. So rather than getting the user here, because the same user is getting created in the create item, so let's pause user2 @user2.com. user2 okay, and let me drop the database. So now everything will be run from the scratch. Now the create item is passed, retrieve item is also passed, create user is also passed. So why I use the different test case? Because if I show you nano conf-dash.py, so in the nano conf-dash.py what I did is like I put like some extra condition here. So if the user doesn't exist, so it, because like when we run pytest -v, so it will run all the test cases. It doesn't matter like whatever like so ideally first the test user test case should be, so first insert user create user test case will be run, and then create item will be run. But when I run the pytest -v, first create item is getting run. So if the create item is getting run and if user doesn't exist, then how the item can be created? So that's why like I put this condition. So we are creating the user. So first we are checking the user whether the user exists or not. If the user doesn't exist, so we are like creating a user, and make sure like we have to use the hash password while storing the user. So we are like creating the user. So if the user already created, so this test run fine, but the create user test got failed because there is a primary key only into the database. So the user already inserted, so the create test case got already defined. So that's why what I did is test.user. so here I use some different user rather than the user which already created. And to rerun the test case, if I rerun the test case, it will again fail. So what I will do is I am removing like a database. So ideally we have to either roll back the transaction or either we remove the database clearly, so that our test case, like every time like our test case ran fine. So every time our test case will be running fine. So that is a small video, not a small video, it's become very lengthy. So basically what we did is, so we have to pass the header in the test case. So because the header will be passed every time for the so many, so we will create a one pytest picture, and we got to know that like the header should be in this form only, and make sure that the spelling is correct. So header should be only this form. So how to get the access token? We know how to get the access token. So a token will be generated from the access like login/token route, and this will took the data, and the data we have to pass. All right. So because this test case like running earlier, so I'm not sure like if there is any command in the pytest, because when I run the pytest -v, if I can set the dependency like this test file should be run first and then the second test file should be run later. If there is such scenario, then I can remove like all these highlighted conditions, because then I can set right create user test case should be run first, and then create item test case should be run. But I'm not sure like how to set the dependency. So that's why like we have to like write this I think 7 to 8 lines of code here, so that like if the user doesn't exist, so it will like insert the user, otherwise it will not generate the token. All right. So that is, so that's the end of the video. So we have like covered like everything in the security part. So we have covered like everything into the security part, like which we have to covered. All right, okay, thank you.